All right, come on in this room. Let me make sure I'm good to go. Let's see what we got. Let's see. If y'all with me, give me a thumbs up, a heart, or something. Something to let me know y'all can see me, y'all can hear me. Or a thumbs up, a heart, or something. All right, y'all. So welcome. Y'all, welcome to the introduction of Summer Speaks. I am your host, Summer Rain. Um, it ain't no viewers, and guess what? We just gonna roll with it. We gonna roll with it because somebody gonna hear it. Somebody gonna be touched. Somebody gonna want to know something, learn something, whatever. So here we go. All right. So my name is Summer Rain. I was not born Summer Rain. My mother let me change my name. So I was born, oh God, I cannot believe I'm really about to let y'all in my life like this. So I was born Lakita Takai Simmons is my name that I was born with. I call it my slave name because um it comes with a lot of hurts, a lot of trauma. So um I just think that it was best for me to, discover who I was as a person and find who I am. And I came up with Summer Rain. So let's see. My aliases that I used to go by, Q was big. Like Q was my everybody knew me by Q back then, back, in my early 20s. Then when I was dancing, I was known as KY Thunder or Kentucky Thunder. That was me. It wasn't nobody else. Shout out to Black China, Brown China, China Brown. I think her name was China Brown back then, but y'all know her as Shy Candy. That's my girl. Um, so I was Q, I was KY Thunder. And this was in Kentucky. This was in Louisville. This was like Fort Knox, Hardin County area. Like that was what I was known as. Because it's not that I didn't like my name. It was just that I got tired of, telling people how to pronounce my name. And then how to spell it, you know what I'm saying? So I was just like, let me just shorten it to Q, something cute, something suave. So I went by that. Then when I started dancing out, like I said, excuse me, I was KY Thunder. Then I moved to Florida um, to go be closer to my sister and my mom and my brother. And I started dancing back then. And uh, I went by, I had a thing for ATL back then, y'all. So I went by Nunu. And I met DJ Play. Shout out to DJ Play. I think his Instagram is DJ3Play. But shout out to DJ Play. That's my dog. He came up with the name Stallion. So I was Stallion for the longest when I was dancing in Florida. Um, I danced. Let's see. I danced. Where I started? I started at Thoroughbreds, the one in the back that had the juice bar. I think it's Hot Legs now, but it's an attachment to the back, and it was Thoroughbred, and it was the juice bar because I was under 21 when I started dancing. So it was topless. You couldn't take your clothes off. You have to be on the stage, and all they served was juice there. And then when I turned 21, um, I ended up at Thoroughbreds dancing, and I danced at Thoroughbred on Dixie, like when you first come into between West Point and Valley Station. And then I moved my way up to the thoroughbreds up on 7th Street. And then I moved my way up to Dollhouse and Crazy Coconut. And then I made my way to y'all. Like Fats was it for me. Like Fats was where I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money and I learned stripper etiquette. Like people be they laugh at me when I say I learned stripper etiquette, but that's the real. Like I learned stripper etiquette from working at the Red Pops. I missed that place because it was a whole lot of money up in there. Fats was the only um black club in Kentucky in the Louisville area. I don't know about Lexington because I ain't go all the way out that far, but I do know in Louisville that was the only like predominantly black club. I don't think I seen any other than Fats. Um, what else? Let's see. I learned something I had already knew, but you don't, reach for money when money's thrown in the air. I didn't do that in a regular club, so I wasn't about to do that in a strip club. I learned you got to keep your toes and your nails done at all times. Any chip paint, chip polish, any of that, like you have to take care of that, like right at that day or the next day, the following day. So if I dance tonight and I chip my polish tonight, like it got to be fresh the next day before I come in, or you out. What else did I learn? I just learned how to conduct myself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the ratchet type. Like I wasn't ratchet at all. I was more timid than anything because I was shy and I was scared. But I learned to be more, I just had to feel the music and I had to let myself go. So yeah, I danced at Fats. Then when I moved to Florida, I danced at Cleo's. But I danced at Cleo's in the daytime. Uh which was it was whack because ain't no business in the daytime. Like who really coming to the strip club in the daytime? Like when it was crossing over transitioning to the nighttime, that's when I would see more customers. And I'm like, that's where I need to be at. But because I was new in town, they didn't want to take a risk on me, even though I knew what I was doing. I already had it in the bag. But shout out to Cleo's in Orlando, Florida. It is what it is. I made my way after that to um, DC, to the DMV area. So I started out at Louis Rogue in DC, which was an upscale club. That is where I turned into Summer Rain. So transitioning going to DC, like right before I left to go to DC, like I changed my whole name to Summer Rain, and I was like, I'm gonna change it because I'm gonna change it to Reign REIGN because I'm gonna reign over whatever it is that I touch. Any stage that I touch, I over it, and I just was determined to do that. So I changed it to Summer Rain. Now, uh, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure y'all can see me. Now, Louis Rogue, I learned my look that I wanted. I seen like certain dancers that I took like little traits from that I wanted to instill in me as a person, as a woman, as an entertainer, as a dancer. Um, hold on, hold on, cause I was told y'all can't see me. That makes me sad. Hold on, hold on. I might have to start it over. There we go. Okay. I knew it was gonna be something. I just knew it was going to be something. Hold on. I knew it was gonna be some technical difficulties. So when I was trying to do y'all, when I was trying y'all, that's why I said bear with me because when I was trying to do it, it would not let me make it public for nothing. And I was like, hold on, let me see. Cause I'm like, I'm doing all this talking, and ain't nobody came up, not even one person. Oh no, we can't have that. Okay, okay, we in here now. Shout out to my sister friend Diamond Ross, cause that's my dog. Like we thick as thieves, and I was like, yo, can you see me? Cause I'm just talking and ain't nobody came on this live. So I don't even know if I should start all over, but welcome to the page. Welcome to the podcast, y'all. Hey, Diamond, I love you too. I love you more. Y'all, welcome to the page. It's open now. It's public. I don't know why. I'm gonna work it out. Work out. Everything that is meant to be great, it always comes with some trials and tribulations, y'all. So we gonna get this together. Y'all ride with me. Y'all roll with me. We gonna get this thing together. It's gonna be smooth sailing from here on out. So, all right. Back to what I was saying. Matter of fact, y'all can double back if y'all want to, but I'm gonna just start all the way over because I know people can see me now. So here we go. My name is Summer Rain. I was born Lakita Takai Simmons. My mother named me that. I call it my slave name though because it came with a lot of trauma and bad memories that I really don't care to you know think about. But this is my journey, so here we go. Like I'm exposing myself to y'all. I'm gonna keep some stuff private for now. As far as like my kids, I'm gonna keep them private for their safety because I have some legal stuff going on. But um, so that was my slave name. I was born in Goldsboro, North Carolina, the country. Shout out to Goldsboro. I went to high school in North Carolina High School. I grew up in the suburbs of Radcliffe, Kentucky. Let's see. I got married at 22. So then my last name changed from Simmons to Darby. It's on file. So if y'all want to look me up, y'all can. Whatever. I'm not ashamed of who I was. It's just I know who I am now, who I've evolved to, and my name is Summer. Don't call me by my slave name, because if you do, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm probably gonna block you. Let's see. I am 39 years old. Am I? Oh, I'm gonna be 39, y'all. When you get up in age, you start forgetting how old. I'm 38. I'm gonna be 39 this year. I'm a Gemini. On the cusp of a Cancer, but I'm a Gemini. Um, identified like all of my aliases that I identified as because I did not want to be identified as my slave name. I came up with aliases only because at the time, like I was trying to figure out who I was becoming as a young adult, as a young lady. I didn't it's not that I was ashamed of my name. I just didn't want to tell people because it's hard to spell. People can't pronounce it properly, and I just got tired of telling people how to pronounce my name. So I would tell people to call me Q, or call me, something else. Like my my club name. My club name was either Keisha or Tiffany. If I ain't really want to talk to you, then you was getting Keisha or Tiffany. Um, but Q was what I usually went by back then in my early 20s. I went by Q. Then I started dancing and I went by Kentucky Thunder or KY Thunder. That was my Black Planet name, y'all. KY Thunder was my Black Planet name until some dude stole it. So then I was like, I can't be KY Thunder no more because some dude went out there and stole my Black Planet name, which I thought was, I'm not even, it was gay as hell. I feel like it was. But I'm part of the alphabet crew, so I can say that. Let's see. So then I started dancing at 19. I'm telling y'all all this stuff. It's gonna be in the beginning, and I started all over because my page, the live was private at first for some reason, and I figured out how to make it public. So if you go back and you try to watch, you can be like, she done said this already. I did, and I did because I need y'all to know. Okay. So yeah, so I started dancing at 19. I started at it today it's called Hot Legs, but back then it was called Thoroughbred, and it was the building behind Hot Legs that's attached to it. That was a juice bar. So I would um I would dance there at the juice bar because I was under the age of 21 and no one could touch me, nor could any, like, I couldn't take nothing off except for my top. And I had to be on stage to do that. I couldn't be on the floor. I couldn't be on the bar. I had to be specifically on stage and no one could touch me because I was under the age of 21. Then I graduated to the front building when I turned 21 and was dancing at Thoroughbred on Dixie. Then I moved up to Thoroughbred on 7th Street where it's split. Y'all know where that split at? I moved up there, and then from there I went to to Crazy Coconuts, or it might have been the other way around. But either way, I danced at Dollhouse and Crazy Coconuts. I danced at I think I danced at Greenlight like one night, and it was trash. So I was like, no, I'm not doing it. I danced at Fats. Fats is where I learned my stripper etiquette. Shout out to Pops. Shout out to Fats. Shout out to I had the biggest crush on the security guard. His name was Naughty. I had the biggest crush on him ever. Then from there, you heard that Crazy Coconuts too? Heck no. Then from there, I went to Florida, and in Florida, I became Nunu because I had a thing for ATL, so I called myself Nunu. That was my dance name, and the DJ there at Clio changed my name because he didn't like it. So he was like, your name is Stallion because you tall. So he brought me out as Stallion. Shout out to Cleo's in Orlando, Florida. Shout out to DJ Play in Orlando, Florida. Then from there is where I evolved and became Summer Rain. I wanted something. I was moving to DC, so I wanted a name that meant something. I wanted it to stand out. I wanted to stand out, and nobody had that name at the time. And this was around 2009, 2010 is when this came around. So the Summer Rain song was already in effect. I think that came out in what, 2000 maybe? I don't know. Early, it was like early 2000s when the song Summer Rain came out. So I changed my name to Summer Rain, and I switched the rain to REIGN because I said that I was going to reign over any stage that I touched, and anything that I touched, I was going to reign over. And back then, excuse me, by the time I had hit DC, I was not only dancing, but I was in the game too. So I just knew I was gonna dominate any and everything, and I was money hungry, and I was gonna get that money, honey, and I did. So, um, got to DC, started dancing at Louis Rogue, which was downtown DC, and from Louis Rogue, um, I made decent money, but it wasn't like the kind of money that I really wanted to make. It was an upscale club, but it was more white. And I think because I was more plus size and on the heavier side, I didn't make as much as I probably, should have felt like I should have. So that's why I met Chocolate. I met Chocolate at Louis Rogue, and Chocolate told me about the Skylark. Shout out to Skylark in Maryland. So I lived in, by then I had lived in Capitol Heights. Nope. I was still living on C Street. I think let's just what street you live on? Or what street you used to live on? So I used to live on the east side of DC. I believe it was on C Street. I lived on the east side, and I would take the train all the way to Maryland to go dance. And I would take the train all the way back, and I'm like dragging my dance bag and everything on the train. And that's the only reason why people know I dance is because I had a bag. So I'm going and I go to Skylark. I can't remember if I auditioned or not. I feel like I didn't. I just feel like I came and talked to the mother of the house, and I talked to Crystal. Crystal. If Crystal come on here, Crystal, let me know because I do not remember if I auditioned or not. But I just remember I paid my money to get in, and I danced, and I was dancing ever since. And I made so much money there. Like I made money, not just dancing. I made money, in the game doing extra stuff too, but mostly from dancing. Cause I mean, even though I was on the extra stuff, like I really wasn't on it like that. Cause I was just bougie. I ain't even lie, I was bougie. And I felt like, I had to pick and choose who my clients were versus me trying to just get any and every dollar. But I learned the game from a dude. I learned the game from actually two different dudes, three different dudes. The first dude, I learned from in Orlando, Florida. He taught me the actual like call girl game, like how to set up your page on Backpage. I had a whole back page, whole Craigslist page. He taught me how to do that. He taught me how to talk to the men. He taught me how to, dress, how to take my pictures, what to say on my profile. Like he helped me with all of that. And then when I got to DC, I learned that it was a different type of game. Like in DC, you don't just like it ain't really just call girl. Like there is Backpage and it's call girl stuff, but when you go to like private parties and certain blackout parties, or you go to a club and it's a blackout club, like it's a blackout room, anything goes in that blackout room. So somebody can come up to you and they can say that they want a certain service for a certain price, and you either with it or you're not with it. But most of the time I wasn't with it when I was in the private parties, and I realized I wasn't making as much money as the other girls until Batman. I was dating this DJ called DJ Batman. He taught me you gotta beat these at their own game. And I was like, what? Like, I'm not doing that. I just was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this. I'm not cheap. Like, it costs to be with me. And he taught me, like, if a dude comes to you and he say he got this amount of money and he want this done, then you got to determine how long you gonna do it for that amount of money. You don't never let them bust, but you do it for however long you feel like it's worth doing. But don't ever let them bust. You got to get them on the brink of busting and then stop, and then let them come back and bring some more money. So I learned that part of the game from DJ Batman. I didn't disclose the other person because um, we still friends on Facebook, and he's married with children. And I don't think that I don't think that he wants to be disclosed. However, I don't talk to DJ Batman no more. Like that was a part of my life that I had and I left. Then I learned the game a little bit more from uh an ex-lover. His name was Chaotic. So um chaos chaotic was chaos. He was chaotic. Um he taught me not to be scared. He taught me how to, like, if you out here and you hungry and you getting it, you can't be scared. But he also protected me. So shout out to him. I don't know why I always ended up gang affiliated. I'm not in a gang, but I always hung out with gang affiliated individuals. So Kate, shout out to Chaos. That was my dog. Chaos told me I was pregnant before I was pregnant. And he lived in a whole different state. So that was what, 2009, 2010. I became Summer Rain, and I became powerful. I became treacherous. I became fearless. Like everything that I wanted to exude, I exuded. Like I became brutally honest. Like it was just like, you know what? There's no stopping me. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna do it, and you either roll with it or you're not gonna roll with it. Like I became that person. So, which is the person I am today. Like you either gotta roll with it or you gotta keep it moving. Like what you get is, you know what I'm saying? What you see is what you get when it comes to me. There's no underlying anything. Um, so let's see. Um, why? So why I am doing this podcast. I shared a lot of aspects of my life on my actual Facebook page, and I got a lot of feedback from people who either were going through the same thing or are going through something similar or just didn't know, I educate a lot of people. Like I educate my mama, my stepmom. I educate her a lot on stuff when it comes to my life because she don't know this stuff, but she can come to me and be like, "Hey, you said you did such and such. Like, can you tell me more about that? Like, why did you do that?" So this podcast is not just for me to share my life experiences, but so I can relate to y'all. Y'all can tell me some of y'all life experiences, and we can have talk. We're not comparing and we ain't going story for story, but I would like to know y'all just like y'all getting to know me. I do have 6 children. I have one biologically. I inherited 5 children from my best friend. Shout out to my best friend Sinitra, Nina, Bama, whoever y'all call her. Um, y'all will meet them when it's time. I will let y'all meet my family. My next episode will be with my friend. So y'all get to meet my friend. For those who have not met my friend. Um, yeah, so I have some questions. I put up a little Q&A post and I have some questions that were asked of me. So we're gonna go through this Q&A and see what it do. See what it do. Hold on. All right. So, oh Lord. Diamond, you really Diamond was digging deep when she brought these questions out, y'all. Okay, so Diamond, she said, tell us about the first time you fell in love. Diamond, is this adult love or is this like teenage love? Because I need to know. Um, if we talking teenage love, I don't even want to say who it is because I'm not his friend right now. Like he don't even know I'm not his friend no more. Probably he probably do know. So okay, you said adult love, so we're gonna say adult love. So I did tell y'all about the greatest love story that I ever had, which was with a married man. I'm not gonna disclose his name because that ain't none of y'all business. However, I will disclose that yes, he was married. Yes, he did show me what love is. I feel like even though he was married, it sounds crazy, y'all. I know it sounds crazy, but the time, the consistency, the communication, the kisses, like the intimacy, like it wasn't even just about sex. It started out as just sex, but it ended up being more than that as time grew, like he kept coming around more, spending more time and getting to know me, and I was getting to know him. And the fact that he loved me for who I was in that moment, like in that journey of my life, is what really like spoke to me because I've never had anyone do that before. Even like after him, like people always love the idea of me and they love the idea of what I can do for them or what I can do to them. But I've never had somebody really love me for me. Hey, Tay. Hey. I never really had anyone love me for who I was right then and there. So that was my greatest like, y'all. That man washed my hair, he greased my scalp. Y'all, I love that man. I really did. I mean, I still do. I think I love him. But we're not like we used to, but we are good friends. We do keep in touch. We do reminisce from time to time. We have not seen each other in a while, but who knows what the future holds. I'm not. I guess I feel like I don't know. I feel like since he had a divorce, like we just really not never really like thought about getting it back together because we both are in different places in our life right now, and we're not really looking for relationships. And to me, I ain't even really on men right now. If I can be all the way 100, like I'm not. Men have disappointed quite a bit to where I'm just disgusted. So I'm not really on men right now. I am currently friends with benefits with a nice young lady. I'm being nice by calling her nice because she get on my damn nerves. But I like her, y'all. I like her a lot. I like her more than I should. Um, but I mean, it is what it is. The things that I asked for, which isn't much time, quality time, consistency, communication. I appreciate those things that she gives me, and I know she is watching this, and I'm so embarrassed. But here we are. I'm expressing it. So, um, yeah, I appreciate who she is. I appreciate her for being in this journey of life with me. I don't know if she's going to continue to be in my life, but I've learned that I need to accept things for what they are and just go with the flow. Stop self sabotaging. Stop trying to push her away. I'm learning that I'm accepting her for who she is, and she's accepting me for who I am, and it is what it is. So, next question. At what age did you look up and think I finally know my purpose? Dang, Diamond, you getting deep, dog. So, I would say my early 30s. I would say my early 30s because that's when I started um revealing things about myself to the public. I was in the church deep. I was in the church deep heavy. Like I was on a praise team, teaching Sunday school to the kids, like teaching children's church. Like I was deep in the church, and it got to a point where it was just like God was like, "You need to start revealing yourself to people so that they know who you are and who they dealing with." So it was about my early 30s. I was under the teaching of my late apostle Elmer Ross. God rest his soul. I miss him. I miss him so much. That's my dog. But God revealed to me that I needed to reveal to the world who I was, who I am. And he revealed to me that I have a voice that needs to be heard. And for the longest I didn't think that my voice mattered. I didn't think anybody was going to pay attention. And it shocked me like my first time talking about being in the game and being a dancer. I had somebody, I know Diamond. I had someone who inboxed me and was like, "Yo, I'm still in the game. I want to get out the game. Can you like?" And she talked to me about it. And I believe to this day, like she's out the game. She ain't in the game no more. She ended up having a baby and living a happy life from what I know of. I haven't seen her on social media in a while, so I'm really not sure everything that's going on with her. But I realized in that moment that somebody was listening to me, even if it was just one person that I got through to, somebody was listening to me. And I realized I'm a servant of the people. That's just me. I already knew I'm a servant of the people. I'm the hospitality crew at church. Like I don't go to church no more because my pastor is gone to glory. But I knew in me I was meant to do something great, and I was meant to do something great for the people. So I would say my early 30s is when I knew what my purpose in life was. Um, any advice for single moms? I'm a single mom, not by choice. Like I wish I could co-parent with my child's bond, but we gonna call him an unstable creature because that's what he acting like. But I really wish that I could co-parent with my child's father. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. I would like to. I would like to have a healthy co-parenting relationship, but things have occurred and his actions and actions of certain family members, in order to protect my mental and the mental of my child and the mental of my family, I have to be able to just let it go. I'm okay with being the villain in his story. I'm okay with being a villain in his family story. There's three sides to every story: my side, his side, and the truth. So it shall set us free. I will say be encouraged, like you know what I'm saying, stay on your grind, but always make time for yourself. Like as a single parent, I always forget sometimes that I have to make time for myself because I have so many people depending on me. But I get to that point where sometimes I realize like when I'm really snappy, it's because I haven't taken time to myself. I haven't had some me time. I'm always 24/7 doing for my family and I'm always around my family to where it's just like I have to sit back and be like, you know what? Let me go. Let me go do something for me. Let me go. And it don't even really be no big deal. Like something as far as like getting in the room or going to sit out in my car and just meditate. Or sometimes I go outside in the car and sleep in the car just to get away from everybody. Just because I just need that alone time. It's not because I'm upset at anybody. It's not necessarily because I'm having problems. It's just I just need time to reset and recharge so that I can feel good, so that I can come back and be who I need to be for my family. Let's see what's next. What's the best day? What's the best way to deal with someone who's not co-parenting properly? Y'all, my situation is the epitome of someone not co-parenting properly. This man almost sent me to jail. His daddy almost sent me to jail, and we're gonna talk about that in a later episode. How I was almost facing 20 years in prison. So I would say the proper way to deal with somebody who is not trying to co-parent is to not deal with them at all. It sucks, y'all, that I have to keep my child away from her father, but that's in the best interest of her. I feel like if I keep allowing him to come into her life when he feel like it or he keep being manic, that's going to be more detrimental to my child than it is helpful. Of course, I want her to have both parents in her life. I want her to be able to visit her dad and his side of the family. But when he not acting right, I can't do that. And I can honestly say this is the first time I've ever kept my child from her father. And I had to. I wouldn't do it if I didn't have to. So sometimes it's just better to just not even be bothered with them, to be honest. Like depending on the situation. My situation is one of those ones where it's just like, let's not. The only way to handle it is through the courts. And yeah. Let's see. Is there ever a situation where it's okay to cheat? Hell no. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Just because the other party cheats, yeah, it is crazy what we have to deal with. Just because the other party cheats does not mean that you have to cheat. A lot of people have that mentality of if you cheat, I cheat back. I'm not gonna lie, back in the day, I used to be on some I don't get mad, I get even. I'm not a cheater though. I can say that. I can honestly say I'm not on purpose. I think I can count on one hand how many times I cheated, and once with a long distance boyfriend that lived in Atlanta. But I really don't count cheating in my marriage because we were separated the majority of the marriage and he was already doing his thing anyway and having several children. So, I mean, if you want to call that cheating, technically it is cheating because I went off and was doing my own thing as well, but we were separated. And then I ended up having a baby after he had several. So, there's that. Let's see. What are your thoughts on an open relationship and can it work? Diamond, you you was coming with these questions, honey. So my thoughts on an open relationship now, I'm gonna say okay. So I'm gonna say this, y'all. So I was in, I guess you could say it wasn't open. It was a poly relationship. Um, I guess you could say when I was with Aisha, we were in an open relationship, but it was open as far as the male side. So I was dating a young lady for 2 years, and we came to the agreement that we ended up coming together because we were going to be in a poly situation with another male, but he decided that he didn't want to be a part of that. So then we stayed together, and we were looking for a male so that we could be poly, but we could not agree upon a male. So I came up with the idea, hey, you get a boyfriend, I get a boyfriend, and we do what we do. but the foundation of the relationship is you and I. So I guess you could say in a sense that was an open relationship, and it worked for me. I felt like it worked for her, but maybe it didn't. I don't know. I can't say if it didn't work for her or not. I can say that she did find a boyfriend, but it was not the right boyfriend, and I did not approve of that boyfriend. However, I moved out the way for her to be able to experience the boyfriend. And when she found out that the boyfriend was not who she thought he was, of course, I welcome her back with open arms. But sometimes people have to experience things for themselves. But I've been around the block a couple of times, and I could tell a scammer, I could tell an ain't individual. So she had to find out for herself. It for me, I feel like it worked, but I feel like the only way an open relationship can work is if everyone is open and honest, consistent with communication. There's no secrets. You're not hiding anything. It could work. It could work. Would it work for me now? No. No, only because I know what I possess, and I would rather share what I have with one person versus sharing it with a whole bunch of people. That's just not me. Yeah. I don't know, being consistent across the board. I don't think it's hard. Like it's really not hard because one group chat. It's too many group chats or apps to where you can group together so everybody can be on the same page. When she and I ended up finding somebody, which was an ex of mine, I brought the idea to him and I was like, hey, since we already be doing our thing, all three of us already be doing our thing. Why don't we just do a whole poly situation? And he really, at first, he wasn't with it. He was not. Yeah, he was not with it. He was not. But guess what? I convinced him. I convinced him because I wanted the best of both worlds. Like I wanted both. I always wanted both. I wanted a man and I wanted a girl because I knew that I was bi. I'm not there now, but back then, like it was last year. I'm gonna say last year because I ain't gonna make it seem like I'm not gonna make it seem like it was some years ago. Last year was the last time that I dealt with men. However, this particular situation, I felt like it was the best of both worlds because I was willing to share him with her, and I was willing to share her with him. And for me, I felt like it worked, and I was just like, we can all do this together. Or if you decide that you and her want to do something, you know what I'm saying, on the side, I'm okay with that. This is not, but this is the only coochie you can have besides mine. Like I'm giving you variety, two different varieties. You can get milk chocolate or you can get dark chocolate. So it worked for a minute. It did. It worked for a minute, but then it just came a point in time in my life where like he was getting more serious and he wanted marriage, and he was like, "How is this supposed to work with the marriage? Like, it can't be all of us. How are we supposed to all live under one roof? Like, and then you got to think about that. So everybody has to be on board. Everybody has to be. I'm saying everybody across the board has to be like on the same page. Like whether the next step is marriage, is everybody getting married? Is this going to be? Excuse me. Are you going to try to go somewhere and make it legal, or is it just going to be something sacred, like across the board, or is one couple getting legally married and then the other one just invites her in? Like it has to be across the board, and that was just too much. It was too much for me, like because I thought I wanted to get married, and then I was like, nah, I really don't want to be married. Not on paper, I don't. It's too many legalities, and no, I don't. So it can work if everyone is on board and everyone is consistent in in their communication and what they want, their wants and their needs, their requirements, their do's, their don'ts. It could work. It could work. I see all the time. Like I follow two ladies on Instagram. One, the lady who has, I think it's like the Progressive University or something like that. I follow her on Instagram, and then her daughter is, I think, like Sandy Ferry or something like that. I follow them on Instagram all the time, and I look at their lifestyle, and I wanted that at one point in time, but it's like, nah, I'm good now. I've experienced it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I was in it. And then it came to where it was just like it became too much for me. So maybe I could do poly with two girls. Maybe not. I gotta continue to like the one. Something and she get on my nerves a lot. So some days I like her and some days I'm like, you know what? I need a break. And I know she the same way. I get on her nerves. I can be too much, my attitude. I know, I get it. Let's see, what's next? What are your best and worst qualities? Really, Diamond? You just gonna bust me out like that? Before I answer this question though, y'all, we are going to I'm gonna shout out my sponsor, Central Bliss Life. I am a brand ambassador. Central Bliss Lingerie. She not only has shout out to Tiffany L. She not only has lingerie, but she sells adult toys. She also has fragrances as well. The website is www.centralblisslife.com. Her Facebook and IG is at Central Bliss Life. And if you order something, y'all, make sure y'all use my ambassador code Summer Rain, SUMMERREIGN. Make sure y'all put that in the comments when y'all make y'all orders so I can get credit for it. I ain't even saying you ain't gonna get no. I get credit for it. You ain't gonna get too much, but I get some credit for it. To say, hey, I'm bringing the people in into this thing get big. She already big, y'all. She big. She big. She big around the country. We gonna be big, y'all. Even bigger. I see this thing taking off. Um. So my best and worst qualities. I'm gonna start with my worst because why not? My worst quality is my attitude. I get so passionate about things. Like I'm so passionate as far as like when I say just in life in general, I'm really passionate about things. I'm passionate about my friends. I'm passionate about my family. I'm passionate about things that I'm into, things that I'm doing, my businesses. When I'm behind the scenes on other businesses and make other people's businesses thrive, like I'm so passionate to where like I find myself when things don't go how I feel like they should go, not per se saying that I'm right and they're wrong, but it's just like when I see the potential and I see how big something is going to be, and that person doesn't see it and they're not living up to their potential, that's when my attitude comes out in various ways, and I have to like take a chill pill and sit back. But I'm working on it. I'm working on. I'm still going to be passionate, but I have to work on not being as raw when it comes to like get your shit together, yo. Like get it together for real, for real. My best quality, like I'm loyal. Loyalty is my biggest, like I'm so big on loyalty because I've learned I can't expect me from other people. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do out of the kindness of my heart because that's the person that I am. And I'm not gonna expect anything in return. And I feel like that has helped me the most in the past couple of years. Not expecting anything from people is what has it's helped me because when you expect stuff from people, you get disappointed. And I'm not trying to set myself up for that. Personal question: can you be friends with an ex? I'm friends with a lot of my exes, to be honest. I'm friends with a lot of my exes, and that's only because I ended the relationship most of the time. Um, I think I might have had one ex that ended it, but then we got back together and I ended it. But I didn't end it to be vindictive. I ended it because I just realized like this wasn't it. That wasn't what I wanted. But I can be friends with my exes. Some people say they can't. I can because some of them anyway. It's the last one I can't be friends with him because I just can't. Because he said some stuff that you just can't come back from, dog. Like, why would you say that to me? His last words were, I can't even say it because it's offensive to the LGBTQ elemental P. It's offensive. So I can't even say the last things that he said. But pretty much it was like, stay on that side of the alphabet, you know. And if they do you wrong, then you just done wrong. Don't come calling me or calling back to me. And I had to realize He didn't know who I was. Clearly, you didn't know who I was to think that I would come crawling back to you. Absolutely not. I don't. No, I don't double back unless unless you come back. Then I'm gonna see what you have to offer. If there's been any changes, and we could be cool first. Then I think about if we're gonna double back. All right. These were some good questions, Diamond. So hold on, y'all. Let's see. The last question is, have you ever had a 50-50 relationship? How was it and do you recommend it? Nope. Nope. I am not a 50-50 kind of girl. You okay, so y'all listen, here's the thing. Hey, okay, so I'm down. This is me. This is me. So at this point in life, I have started transitioning into being a lesbian. I am not. She called me bisexual still, but I am identifying as a lesbian because I don't have the desire to have sex with a man. Y'all can take me out on dates and we can get to know each other and we can be cool, we can be friends. I really don't think that anything is going to sway me at this point in time in life. Shout out to the guys that asked me on dates these last couple of weeks. One of them really swear up and down to be his girlfriend. And I love that. That I love his he think that. But I don't see it, y'all. I've been so disappointed. I was so disappointed and so hurt in my last relationship with a man that I just really have no desire to be with men. And then it's just like having conversations with men, and I just having conversations realize lets me realize, I really don't miss being with a man. I do miss being in the company of a man and laughing and being able to be feminine, but to actually like physically be with a man and lay down and have sex, yeah, I don't have that desire. So I am transitioning to be lesbian. I was told that I have to be without a man and without a man's member for at least a year to be welcomed into the lesbian community. So I'm halfway there. Um but when it came to being in a relationship with a man, no, I wasn't accepted 50-50. Absolutely not. I was in a relationship where I was the breadwinner and I took care of a man, but that was in my like early 19. I was like 18, 19, 20, like 19, 18 to 21, like, and I was like, I'm never doing that again. I'm not in the business of taking care of a grown man unless it's my husband and he's injured. I did take care of my husband at one point in time, and then he went off and rode in the sunset and did what he wanted to do. So then I went to relationships where I was dating older men and they were taking care of me. And I like that. I like that. I like a gentleman. I like a man who, and I wasn't taking advantage of it. It was just like, okay, this is what you expect of me. This is what I expect of you. And it worked for us. Now, if I was to be in a relationship with a female, when I was in a relationship with her, like when I was in a relationship with the last female I was in a relationship with, like it was 50-50. So I guess I can say now being with a female is different. It's 50-50. She was a mother, but I was a mother. I'm a mother as well. So like it was 50-50. Like, if we go out, I will foot the bill or she'll foot the bill or we both, split it 50-50. Like as far as that. But to actually like live under the same roof and pay bills, yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. Like my next relationship, I don't think that I can live under the same roof with that person. Like, let's have our own, and you come over and spend the night, or I'll come over and spend the night, and we go out on dates, and I pay one day, you pay one day. I can do that, but I'm not saying it will never happen, but I just know at this point in time in my life right now, like I can't see myself cohabitating with another human being. I have enough of them that I cohabitate with now. So it's just like to add another person to the equation. Nah, I got a lot going on in my personal life anyway. So the next person that, decides they want to date me, like they have to be willing to accept the things that I'm going through and the things that I have to do. So my responsibilities. So would 50-50 work? It could, since I would be dating a woman, it could work. But I'm gonna always hold my own. I'm not gonna not work. Like even when I was dating, men and they were taking care of me, I still was able to take care of myself. It's just they chose to take care of me. And I'm gonna let them. You wanna take care of me, I'm gonna let you. You wanna be my sugar mama? I will let you. I will let you. I'm not even gonna stop you. You want to be my sugar daddy? I will let you, but I'm not giving you no sugar. I will give you time and conversation and friendship. That's all I have to offer. But you're not getting the honey pot. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. No. So, yeah, I don't think 50-50 might work, but is it really 50-50 if we live under two separate households, though? Like, if we live in two separate households, is it 50-50? I mean, we going on dates and she paid for the date one day, I pay for the date another day. Like, is that considered 50-50? Because if not, then I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. So, that's all I have tonight. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate those who showed up. She said, well, it's not 50-50. So I have to live, hold on. I have to live with the person for it to be 50-50. Like, for real though? Like, for real, for real. I just, I live with 6 other people. I literally live with, let's see, I have five, six, yeah. Hold on. It's 6 kids. Sorry, y'all. It's 6 kids. One of the oldest, she off doing her own thing, gone in the wind. So that's five plus best friend. So yes, I live with 6 people. I live with 6 people already. So yeah, the comments are delayed. I live with 6 people, so I don't know. I don't know what 50-50 would be considered, being that I live with 6 people. I'm realizing I'm gonna have to look on a different device to be able to catch up with your comments because they did when they cross over. Y'all, this it's a learning experience. I ain't been on here in a while. We gonna get this thing together. We gonna grow together. Okay, we gonna go and we gonna grow together. But y'all, it's been real. I appreciate this. This got my jitters out. Uh, I got my jitters out. I'm gonna work on this, y'all. I'm working on this. I'm gonna make it do what it do. I got my next episode is Bar Besties. I have my best friend Bama. Y'all call her Bama. Some of y'all call her Bama. Some of y'all call her Nina. I call her Nina, or I call her best friend. I'm gonna have her on as my guest on my next episode of Summer Speaks. The episode 2 will be Bar Besties, where you get to meet my friend and we get to tell you a little bit about what we are doing, what we're going through, what we have coming, and just our life. So, y'all stay tuned. Thank y'all for tuning in to Summer Speaks. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Bye.